have you gotten a lot of or any support from the native chiefs and the
No, I
natives?
haven't. And I mean, indigenous people. No.
Yeah. Is there any reason for that? Do you think why they're basically suppressed too? Everybody's basically.
Well, I think that they're having to take care of their own people in their own communities and their own nations with not enough resources to go around. So,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone doesn't have enough for them to be able to do their jobs.
Right.
I mean, whether it be policing, whether it be mental health, whether it be addictions, whether it be First Nations, whether it be treatment or justice system and some sort of different way of dealing with people's trauma when that's created them being trapped in that sort of systemic cycle.
What do you think the answer is? Like, what do you think?
Housing first and
Yeah.
implementation of dollars into trauma-informed, culturally safe and sensitive programs for all people, not just Indigenous people, but our seniors are.
But the system is basically broke. I mean, they're pretty well exhausted. They're in a deficit system already. They don't have the money for.
But there are different innovative ways that, like, I mean, look at how much money that they're spending right now, like, on things that they're saving money on people's rent or living allowance or rental allowance. So if you took the $375 of everyone who's homeless and put it into a fund that paid for all of this stuff, it would be at no cost, and there would probably be money left over for there to be staffing, for there to be mental health supports and health supports and dental supports within a government sort of supported municipal. I would say, why not make it an urban reserve that's open to all nations of homeless people? I mean, that would make sense. It would allow communities to work with authorities to work towards the health and safety of its community, but then allow it a bit of autonomy and self-governance through federally protected and internationally protected rights. But there's always been settler allies, like, since pretty much the beginning of colonization. So why not create something good out of what has been started and push for people to create these in their own municipal locations across BC and across Canada? I mean, I would suggest that every community's homeless and people who support the people who are homeless push towards creating their own tent city on Crown lands and demand that the Crown start taking care of its own before others, before, say, I mean, I'm not saying that the arts are not important, but I'm just saying that people are more important.
Necessities first. Why are you here and not in a park, where it might be more accommodating than so visible here and more or less in so mainstream?
Because I believe that this is what ideal place to make the government and society look at itself as a reflection of the failures of our system, but right in between church and state.
Exactly.
One of our elders had said that right at the beginning was, wow, you guys are right in the middle of church and
Yeah.
state. And I think that this is an ideal place. The courts make unjust decisions each and every day that affect our population that is entrenched in a systemic cycle of poverty and institutionalization, whether it be foster care or jails or welfare or being First Nations and being a status Indian. You were always a word of the court in one way or the other. And I mean, until the system chooses to start treating people as though human beings and not just numbers, I have a hard time saying that I'm going to trust that.
Yeah. Well,
Anything that they promise is going to be followed through with.
how long have you been here now?
December 18th.
It's been quite a stint.
Has been.
You've made quite a statement. You have brought a lot of attention. I hear that the next provincial election is going to have as a priority homelessness and housing.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chrissy. And this is David and Jonathan Wires Communications.
Thanks.
You're welcome.